Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought to yourself, this color used to be perfect for me, but now something feels off? It is a moment that can take you by surprise. After we turn 60, our hair and skin change in ways so subtle that we barely notice them happening. Then one day, the shade that once made our eyes sparkle suddenly feels like it is draining the life out of our face. The truth is, it is not always the years that are making us look older. Sometimes it is the color we are wearing, working quietly against us. I have seen it in my clients, and I have lived it myself. For decades, I held on to a hair color that felt safe and familiar, like a part of my identity. It was a comfort, something I never questioned. But then there was that day I caught my reflection in a store window and thought, why do I look so tired? It was not my energy or my health. It was simply that my color no longer worked with the person I had become. When I finally chose a warmer, softer shade, the transformation was immediate. Friends did not ask if I had changed my hair. Instead, they asked if I had just come back from a wonderful vacation. That is the power of the right color. In this video, I want to share 4 hair colors that might be quietly adding years to your appearance, along with 4 beautiful alternatives that can brighten your complexion and soften your features. And if you stay with me until the very end, I will reveal a simple coloring trick that can make your hair look fuller and your skin more radiant, no matter which shade you choose. It is the kind of secret that is too good not to share. Why hair color strongly impacts your appearance after 60. When we reach our 60s, the changes to our hair and skin go far beyond a few silver strands or fine lines. According to research published in 2024 by the American Academy of Dermatology, melanin production slows significantly with age. This affects both the tone of our skin and the color of our hair. Hair becomes finer, drier, and less able to hold pigment. At the same time, skin loses elasticity and some of its natural glow. A shade that once lit up your face in your 40s may now seem flat or even harsh. Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, this used to work for me, but now it feels off? That feeling is not in your head. It is biology at work. I experienced this myself. For more than 25 years, I wore the same rich black-brown color. It felt safe and familiar, almost like part of my identity. But as time passed, I noticed something had changed. No matter how well I styled it, the color seemed to make my features look heavier and my face more tired. Even after a good night's sleep, my reflection lacked the brightness I remembered. Many women go through the same thing. We stick with a shade we know because it feels comfortable, not realizing it might be hiding our natural vibrance rather than enhancing it. Hair color is not only about style, it is about how light interacts with your features. The wrong tone can cast shadows that emphasize lines, drain the warmth from your complexion, and even make you look older than you are. A 2024 study from the Hair Color Research Institute found that colors that are too dark or too cool can add the perception of 5 to 7 years to your appearance. Think of it like lighting in a photograph. The right light can make you glow, while the wrong light can make you look flat and dull. The encouraging part is that even a small and thoughtful change in your shade can transform how you look and feel. Once you understand how your hair, skin tone, and light work together, you can make choices that bring back the softness and radiance you deserve. 4 hair colors to avoid after 60. Number 1, icy or ashy silver. Icy or ashy silver hair can look striking on some women, but for many of us over 60, it has a tendency to wash out the face. The cooler undertones in these shades can emphasize the loss of natural warmth in our skin, making us appear pale or even tired. According to a 2024 survey from the Hair Color Research Institute, nearly 64% of women over 60 who tried very cool silver shades felt their skin looked duller compared to when they wore warmer tones. Have you ever noticed your complexion looking almost gray when your hair color leans too icy? I know I have. A few years ago, I decided to embrace my natural gray and asked my stylist for a sleek, silvery finish. At first, it felt chic and modern, But when I looked at photos, my skin appeared flat and my eyes had lost their sparkle. Friends began asking if I was feeling well, even when I was perfectly healthy. That was my wake-up call. The good news is, you do not have to give up on silver entirely. The key is choosing a warmer variation. Adding golden or beige highlights can create depth and bring back that healthy glow. Warm-toned silvers still honor the beauty of natural gray, but they reflect light in a softer way that complements mature skin. Personally, when I shifted to a slightly warmer silver with subtle honey highlights around my face, people started telling me I looked refreshed and well-rested again. Hair color should work with your features, not against them. And when you find the right tone, you will notice an immediate change in how your skin looks and how you feel. Speaking of tones, there is another popular color that many women keep for years without realizing it might be adding age instead of subtracting it. Number 2, jet black. Jet black hair has a bold, timeless appeal, but for many women over 60, it can unintentionally highlight the very features we would rather soften. The deep, inky shade creates a strong contrast against skin that has naturally lightened with age. This sharp contrast draws attention to fine lines, under-eye circles, and uneven skin tone. A 2024 beauty trend report from the Hair Color Research Institute found that 58% of women over 60 who wore jet black hair felt it made their faces look harsher, while those who switched to a softer, dark brown reported a more youthful and balanced appearance. Have you ever noticed that even with a full night's rest, jet black hair can make you look more tired? I remember holding on to my jet black color for years because it felt like part of my signature style. It gave me confidence in my 30s and 40s, so I assumed it would always suit me. But as time passed, I realized that no amount of makeup could balance the severity of that shade. Friends would compliment my hair, but sometimes follow it with, "Are you feeling okay?" That was a sign something needed to change. The solution is not to abandon dark hair altogether, but to choose a shade that works with your features instead of overpowering them. Deep chocolate, warm espresso, or rich dark brown can still give you that sophisticated depth while adding warmth to your complexion. When I made the shift to a dark chocolate tone with subtle caramel undertones, the difference was immediate. My skin looked brighter, my eyes stood out, and I no longer felt like my hair was wearing me instead of the other way around. Finding the right color is about harmony, not habit. And once you start exploring shades that flatter rather than fight your natural beauty, you might be surprised at how much more alive and confident you feel. Speaking of surprising changes, there is another shade many women think adds youth, but often has the opposite effect. Number 3, platinum blonde. Platinum blonde can look glamorous on the right person, but for many women over 60, it comes with more challenges than benefits. Extremely light shades tend to reflect cooler tones, which can wash out mature skin and make it appear pale or even slightly gray. The American Hair Professionals Association's 2024 color survey found that 61% of women over 60 who wore platinum blonde felt it made their complexion look less vibrant compared to when they wore warmer tones. Have you ever noticed that your skin seems duller or more tired when your hair is this light? Another issue is the toll that achieving and maintaining platinum takes on your hair. Lightening hair to that degree requires heavy bleaching, which can weaken the strands, leading to dryness, breakage, and a loss of natural shine. I remember when I tried platinum in my late 60s. At first I loved the striking look, but within a few weeks my hair felt brittle and looked frizzy no matter what products I used. The upkeep was exhausting, with constant root touch-ups and toning sessions to fight brassiness. A far more flattering option for many women is to choose warm blondes or beige blonde tones blended with light browns. Shades like honey blonde, golden beige, or wheat blonde add warmth back into the complexion, making skin look healthier and eyes appear brighter. When I transitioned from platinum to a warm beige blonde with soft light brown lowlights, I immediately received comments about how rested and alive I looked. The right blonde can still be youthful, but it should work with your skin tone rather than against it. Adding dimension with warmer shades also makes regrowth less obvious, reducing the need for frequent salon visits. And once you see how a small shift in tone can transform not just your hair but your whole expression, you may start to wonder about other shades you have been holding on to for years, without realizing they might be doing the same thing. Number 4. Cool Ash Brown. Cool ash brown is often seen as sleek and modern, but for many women over 60, it can unintentionally drain the warmth from the face. The muted grayish undertones of ash shades can make mature skin appear dull or washed out, especially when natural warmth in the complexion has already faded with age. In a 2024 color perception study by the Hair Color Research Institute, 57% of women over 60 reported that cool ash tones made them look more tired, while warmer browns gave their skin a healthier glow. Have you ever looked in the mirror after coloring your hair ash brown and felt like something about your face seemed less lively? I experienced this myself not long ago. I thought a cool ash brown would give me that polished, fashion-forward look I saw in magazines. At first I admired the smooth, even tone, but soon I noticed my skin looking flat and my eyes losing some of their sparkle. Friends would say my hair looked neat, but no one said I looked more vibrant. That told me a lot. The good news is there is an easy fix. Switching to a neutral brown or a warm golden brown can instantly add life back to your features. These shades keep the sophistication of brown hair while adding just enough warmth to brighten your complexion. When I made the change to a neutral medium brown with subtle golden highlights, my skin looked healthier, and I started receiving compliments on how rested I appeared. Choosing the right brown is about finding balance between richness and warmth, so your hair complements your natural beauty instead of working against it. And once you see the difference the right tone makes, it might inspire you to rethink other shades you have considered safe for years but could be holding you back from your best look. 4. Flattering hair colors that can be a game changer. Number 1. Warm Caramel Brown. Warm caramel brown is one of the most flattering hair colors for women over 60 because it adds softness, shine, and a healthy glow to the face. The warm golden undertones in caramel shades reflect light in a way that can brighten the complexion and make features appear more youthful. According to a 2024 beauty color analysis by the Hair Color Research Institute, 68% of women over 60 who switched from darker or cooler tones to a warm caramel brown felt their skin looked healthier, and their overall appearance felt more vibrant. Have you ever noticed how the right warm tone can make your eyes look brighter without a single touch of makeup? I learned this firsthand. For years, I kept my hair a deep espresso brown, thinking it made me look sophisticated. But as my skin changed with age, that deep tone began to feel heavy. When I finally tried warm caramel brown with soft golden highlights around my face, the change was immediate. My skin looked fresher, and people kept asking if I had been on vacation. It was the same me, just with a tone that worked in harmony with my features instead of overpowering them. One of the best things about caramel brown is its versatility. It suits a wide range of skin tones and blends beautifully with natural gray, making regrowth less noticeable. Adding pale golden highlights near the face not only frames your features but also adds dimension that can make hair look fuller and healthier. Hair color should enhance your natural beauty and give you confidence every time you catch your reflection. Once you experience the difference a well-chosen warm tone can make, you may be inspired to explore other shades that bring out your best features in ways you never expected. Up 2. Hazelnut Brown with Copper Accents. Hazelnut brown with subtle copper accents is a shade that brings warmth and liveliness to the face, especially for women over 60. The rich brown base flatters most skin tones, while the gentle copper undertones add just enough radiance to make the complexion appear fresher and more youthful. In a 2024 Hair Color Trends report, 63% of women over 60 who switched to warm browns with light copper accents said their skin looked rosier and their overall style felt easier to match with clothing. Have you ever noticed how the right warm undertone can make your skin look like it has a natural blush? I experienced this transformation myself. For a while, I wore a neutral brown that I thought was safe. But in photos, my skin often looked flat. My stylist suggested hazelnut brown with just a hint of copper near the face and around the crown. The first time I saw it in natural light, I was amazed. My eyes looked brighter. My cheeks seemed to have more color, and I no longer felt the need to wear as much makeup. It was still a classic brown, but with an extra spark that made me feel more like myself. The key to making this shade work is subtlety. Too much copper can overpower and look artificial, especially in bright light. A soft blend or fine highlights will create movement and dimension without crossing into overly red territory. This balance also makes it easy to coordinate with different clothing colors, from warm earth tones to cool neutrals. When a hair color complements both your skin tone and your wardrobe, it becomes more than just a color choice. It becomes part of your personal style. And once you find that perfect balance, you might feel inspired to explore other shades that bring out a similar harmony in unexpected ways. Number 3. Burgundy Brown. Burgundy brown is a color that blends sophistication with a touch of personality, making it a wonderful choice for women over 60 who want depth without being overly dramatic. The rich brown base keeps it grounded and elegant, while the subtle purple-red tones create dimension and a hint of creative flair. According to the 2024 Hair Color Insights survey, 59% of women over 60 who added burgundy accents to their hair said they felt more confident and received more compliments on their overall look. Have you ever noticed how the right undertone can make your eyes pop, especially in softer lighting? I still remember the first time I tried burgundy. I was hesitant because I worried it might look too bold for my age, but my stylist suggested incorporating it as balayage highlights on a warm brown base. Under indoor light, the color was understated and refined. In the sunlight, though, those burgundy tones came alive, giving my hair movement and a soft glow. People would often tell me I looked more vibrant, even though nothing else in my routine had changed. The secret to making burgundy work beautifully is placement. Subtle highlights or a balayage technique allow the color to catch the light naturally without overwhelming your base shade. This not only adds depth, but also frames the face in a way that draws attention to your best features. Burgundy pairs especially well with silver jewelry and autumn or winter wardrobes, making it versatile for seasonal changes. A hair color that can shift between understated and eye-catching depending on the light offers the best of both worlds. Once you see how this type of shade transforms with movement and lighting, you may find yourself more open to experimenting with other tones that bring a similar sense of depth and vitality. Number 4. Honey Brown. Honey brown is a beautiful blend of warmth and softness that can instantly brighten the complexion, making it an excellent choice for women over 60 who want a youthful yet natural look. The golden undertones in honey brown reflect light in a way that adds a healthy glow to the skin without looking artificial. In the 2024 Hair Color and Confidence Report, 66% of women over 60 who switched to honey brown said their skin appeared more radiant, and their overall appearance felt fresher. Have you ever noticed how a touch of golden warmth in your hair can make your face look as if it caught the perfect sunlight? I remember my own shift to honey brown. I had been wearing a darker shade of brown for years, thinking it was timeless. But over time, I realized it made my features feel a little heavy. When my stylist suggested honey brown, I was skeptical. I thought it might be too light for me. But the moment I saw it in the mirror, I understood the magic. My skin tone looked warmer, my eyes stood out more, and I felt instantly refreshed without needing extra makeup. The key to making honey brown work beautifully is balance. Keeping the color soft and blended, sometimes with slightly darker lowlights, prevents it from looking too bright. This shade works well with a variety of skin tones and is forgiving as roots grow in, making maintenance easier. It is especially flattering for anyone who wants a younger, softer appearance while still looking completely natural. When a color like honey brown complements your skin and enhances your features, it becomes more than just a style choice. It becomes part of how you present your best self every day. And once you see what the right blend of warmth and light can do, it might inspire you to explore other options that can bring out that same effortless radiance. Tips for choosing and maintaining hair color after 60. One of the most important steps in keeping your hair color flattering after 60 is matching it to your skin tone and eye color. Warm skin tones tend to look best with golden or caramel shades, while cooler skin tones often shine with soft ash or neutral browns. The right match can instantly brighten your face and bring out the natural sparkle in your eyes. Have you ever tried on a blouse in the perfect color and noticed how it made your face light up? Hair color works in the same way. Avoiding harsh bleaching is another key factor. Lightening hair too aggressively can cause long-term damage, leaving strands brittle and prone to breakage. According to a 2024 report from the American Academy of Dermatology, over 52% of women over 60 who had frequent bleaching treatments reported noticeable thinning or dryness. This is why I now ask my stylist for gentler coloring techniques, like balayage or low lights, which give dimension without compromising the health of my hair. Color-safe shampoo and conditioner are must-haves for keeping your shade vibrant. I also swear by weekly deep conditioning treatments to lock in moisture. These steps make a difference not only in how your color lasts, but also in how soft and shiny your hair feels. When I started using a sulfate-free shampoo, I noticed my caramel highlights stayed richer for weeks longer than before. Have you tried switching your hair care products to ones designed specifically for color-treated hair? Lastly, regular trims are essential. Split ends can make even the most beautiful color look dull and tired. I schedule a trim every 6 to 8 weeks to keep my hair looking fresh and healthy. It is amazing how a simple haircut can revive your entire look. When your color, cut, and care routine are in harmony, the results can be transformative. And sometimes, the smallest changes in your approach can lead to the most surprising boosts in confidence. The purpose of changing your hair color at this stage in life is not to chase youth. It is to feel beautiful in the present moment. It is about choosing a shade that reflects who you are today, not who you used to be. Sometimes all it takes is a small change to see yourself in a new light, to wake up in the morning and feel that little spark of excitement when you catch your reflection. I want to encourage you to be open to something new. The right color can do more than complement your features. It can bring back a sense of energy, joy, and confidence you did not even realize you were missing. After 60, we do not have to compete with our younger selves. We simply need to shine in our own way. And sometimes a new shade is more than just a style choice. It is a statement to the world that says, I am still here, I am still radiant, and I still love this life.